Hey, what's up? I'm Rashad. Antonio. What is this? The Upon Further Review. You know what I'm saying? Because we're talking about much of things today.
Yeah.
Ironically, Tony, which is not a lot of things, because we're talking about the Super Bowl 25,
Uh-huh.
59. Good God, yo. Super Bowl 59 is crazy.
Right.
I was like, what Roman
Di
numerals is this, yo?
like that is diabolical for me, especially since the first Super Bowl I remember watching completely is 22, which was when Doug Williams, the first black quarterback to start and win Super Bowl MVP. Happy Black History Month. But yeah,
Yeah.
man,
Because the
so
first thing I
here
remember
we
is 25, and that's when the
so
Giants won, and then the
against the
Bills, and they
Bills.
kicked their field goal went far, right
Oh
or left.
yeah, with
Yeah,
Scott Norwood. Yeah, Scott Norwood. So
yeah,
yeah,
that
that
was the
was
first one I remember. Yeah,
they're like 2 years. Yeah, okay. So
That
yeah,
was like
yeah.
random access memory right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's at the back of my
Also
mind.
great, also the greatest Star Spangled Banner was performed at that Super Bowl as well.
Yeah, that was
Whitney
90 or 91.
1990, that was
90,
91.
that was 91. That was
90
Operation Desert
Whitney.
Storm. We was
Hmm.
high on the patriotism. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was crazy, man. Not
Yeah.
we didn't know that that was a fake war when we were kids, but like it's crazy, yo. Anyway,
Because I
talking
think it was
about
Desert Shield at that point, and then I think
that's what I'm saying.
oh a
Desert
week
Shield
later
it turned into
it
Desert
became
Storm.
Desert Storm. Yeah.
Yeah, they love a name. Anyway,
Yeah. Rest in peace,
man.
Whitney Houston.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out H.W. Bush. Anyway, Herbert Walker is his name? Is that the name, Herbert
That
Walker?
was yeah, yeah, that was Herbert.
Wow,
George Herbert Herbert
what are
Walker
we
Bush.
doing right now, yo? Anyway, I'm sorry, guys. Super Bowl 59, and
Hmm.
we had okay, I had to look it up because like I just didn't believe it. So they said, according to the wiki,
Hmm.
that current studios promoted their films: Universal, Disney, W Bros, and Paramount.
Hmm.
They're claiming that these movies were promoted. I only can
Hmm.
remember three.
Okay.
So Jurassic World Rebirth, I didn't
Uh,
tune in early enough for that one.
yeah, I
How to
remember.
Train Your Dragon, I did see that one.
Uh-huh.
Megan 2.0, as Big Shaq would say. That is,
Um,
I saw that. Lilo and Stitch was like more like a activation. It wasn't a really like
yeah.
a traditional trailer. Saw
Hmm.
the Thunderbolts trailer, the reactions on the channel. I did not see Captain Falcon.
I did
Um,
they had one for that, they said.
yeah, they had one for F1. Didn't see that one. They had one for
I saw that.
Sinners. I didn't see that one.
I didn't see
Um,
that either.
they had one for Novocaine with you know,
Yes, I did. I did see that. Yeah.
young Jack Quaid. They had one for
Uh-huh.
Smurfs, which I didn't
Yes,
see.
I saw
And they
that one.
also had one for Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, which I
Yeah.
did not see. So there and okay, let's get
Okay.
this out of the way. This overall, advertising wise, has to be
Hmm.
the weakest Super Bowl to date. When I mean these commercials absolutely sucks.
Oh my
I
Lord.
couldn't
Oh my.
like it was like Tony, yo. Like I feel like okay, I'm gonna get to that in a second.
Let me ask you this,
Okay.
because the commercials were horrible. If there was one commercial that you was like, okay, I thought that was pretty good, which one would it be for you?
The only commercial that I saw live because I saw the MVP commercial for for Jalen Love Hurts like after the
Okay.
facts because I went to sleep
Hmm.
like mid third quarter. I was done.
Yeah, yeah.
And the only commercial that banged last night
Hmm.
was the Nike women's commercial.
Okay.
That commercial, Tony, that felt like early mid 90s Nike advertising
Hmm.
at its best. We got the best
Hmm.
athletes. We have a
Hmm.
singular message. We're going to throw all
Hmm.
these people in it. We're going to sprinkle in
Hmm.
some actual famous people that y'all know. and
Hmm.
it's in black and white. When I mean that was such a throwback commercial for Nike, I was like, yeah, that's it. So that kind of set the
Hmm.
tone for me. That was like second quarter. I was like, yo,
Yeah.
okay,
For me, that commercial definitely, and I'm not gonna lie, because I was a sucker for I actually did get a really good chuckle out of this. The the Mountain Dew seal commer commercial with the singer Seal as an actual seal singing Kiss on the Road. I'm not gonna lie, Rashad. As corny as it was, I did get a chuckle because I was sitting there. Cause that was what the Mountain Dew. Oh God, I'm blanking on the Mountain Dew because that's like
it,
really the
it,
only Mountain Dew.
it
The Mount that's the one, the only you get it at Taco Bell, and they
Baja
finally
Blast.
Baja Blast, and they finally made it for the masses. And I'm sitting there watching this, and I'm like, okay, what the hell is going on here? And I said, and I saw, and I just heard the ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. I said, okay. And then I saw a bunch of seals. I said, no, they not. And they did it. And I ain't gonna lie, I did it got a chuckle out of me, man, with that one. Go
When
ahead,
I saw that,
Rashad.
Tony, I felt really bad for that black man. I said, yo, still. Still really was like, you know what? I'll do the stupid idea because I need that check. That made me feel. It just made me feel bad, man. Like they desecrated one of the most amazing soundtrack
Amazing.
songs for
Yes,
this
one of
goofy
the most amazing
commercial,
ballads ever. Period.
bruh. Like, yo, it just made me sad. But nah, yo, like, yeah, that's that commercial. It was just a swath of horribleness. Like, I saw a commercial, the Dunkin' commercial that had like who was it? Had Ben Affleck,
Right. Yeah, right.
randos in it.
So remember, I think we talked about this in our last. I said like last year that was probably my favorite
We
commercial.
did. I do. Yeah,
The
yeah.
Dun Kings when you had Tom Brady, the Affleck brothers and Matt Damon. I was like one of my favorite commercials
And J-Lo
last
was
year,
in
and
it
I
too.
was yeah, J-Lo was in it too. You know that during happier times,
Much happier
and
times.
then they're like brought it back. The joke I guess was kind of cute, or where they was like where Ben was like, "Yeah, I'm not paying Matt to do this," said do this again, and they just had a bunch of seeing Bill Belichick show some type of personality is also kind of scary at the same time as well as ridiculous because you always see him as just like, "How you doing? We're playing next week."
I don't think I want to see any more of Bill Belichick.
Yeah, well,
Bill Belichick is dating a lady that's like 4 years older than my actual daughter.
that is wild. Yeah, because his girlfriend is what 24,
24.
and
That
he is
man
what
is
about to say
72.
72.
That's like
Yeah,
85 years his senior. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, I don't want to know anything. I don't want to know nothing else about Bill Belichick.
Yeah, Bill.
I'm done, yo. Pack it up, man. Send that man back to the house. He needs a
And,
nap.
not saying it's funny, but ironic that he's at college now,
Yeah,
surrounded
he
by.
is. I forgot he's at UNC, right?
He's at UNC. Yes,
Oh
ironic that
my
he's
God.
at UNC. It's funny because I saw a video the other day on somebody was like, this is Bill Belichick at UNC right now, and I think I've told you this movie. I think it's one of my funniest movies I like to watch. Rodney Dangerfield Back to School, and it was the scene where Rodney Dangerfield is at the bar and he's like drunk and just singing, shake it on, singing, twisted and shout, just ah, twirling his. I said somebody said Bill Belichick right now at a bar in UNC, and I'm
Oh
not gonna lie, I did
man.
laugh, but yeah.
That's yeah, man. So other than oh yeah, and that same stupid commercial, hold up, before I forget. There's
Uh-huh.
also like a Drewski. Drewski is in this commercial with a lock installation. Like that man does not have locks. He has locks in that joint, yeah.
It- you know, shout out to him for I guess his come up, but it's like, where did this dude come from and what does he do?
TikTok. TikTok during the pandemic. He came up, but he
Okay.
was like doing like comedy like on the low, like prior to,
Yeah.
but like, yeah, he was a definitive pandemic come up.
Okay. Okay.
All right,
Okay.
you got any more commercials? Because I don't.
Mm, that's no, the commercials were whack, man. Like, hey y'all, listen, if any of the advertisers out there, out there, Doritos used to kill commercials. You know what? The alien thing, I guess, was okay, but come on, hey man, y'all got to step y'all commercial game up for real. Give me back the Budweiser frogs. Hey, even with Remember, Rashad, I'm gonna take it back. Remember Bud Bowl? Bud Light versus Bud, the Bud Bowl type stuff.
I used to love that, yo.
Yeah, yeah, right. Come on, man. Yeah. Like you guys have got to really get the creative juices going because these Super Bowls are lackluster. And the sad part is it's the fact that some of y'all try to leak these commercials like the week of, like, oh, you guys are gonna like you this is gonna kill it. No, it's not. Like, let me give you something. This is a generation that we're in right now where a lot of these mofos are not watching TV. They're not watching TV. And that didn't really hit me until like back in 2017, 18 when I was teaching. And I was teaching TV. I was teaching, I was teaching TV production. And it was the introductory to the class. And I'm talking to these people. And I'm like, hey, what's your favorite TV show? And it was like, TV show. And I was like, did I say something that's a cuss word or something? TV. They was like, no. I said, well, what do y'all watch? Oh, I just watch YouTube. Or I go on TikTok. Or this and that. And I was like, what? It blew my mind, the fact of, what I'm saying, it blew my mind about that. And I had to sit back and watch this and realize, yo, these kids, and this is like I said, this is 2017, 18, and this is like what, 7 years, eight, what I'm saying? What these kids are not watching TV. They're watching streaming and stuff. And you guys have to do things to catch these kids' attention. And then on top of that, these kids are, so they're watching streaming, they're watching YouTube. What I'm saying? They could be like me and Rashad and the rest of the non-poors now. I can say this, where they just straight up pay the extra money to be like, hey, I don't want no ads
Hmm.
whatsoever. You guys have got to do better, man, for real. You've got to
So
do better.
that leads me into what I'm talking about next. Such a great segue,
Mhm.
Tony, with the old man rant.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I went on Threads last night, and this is what
hmm
my post was 19 hours ago.
hmm
It seems like we've had a mass exodus of movie trailers during halftime.
hmm
Oh my God, I just tore up view. How do you view
hmm
movie trailers? Because like
Ooh.
view anyway. Um,
hmm
38% watching TV,
hmm
63% via YouTube. So
Yeah.
even when I go back and look at the trailers that I didn't see that were shown, I'm gonna bring it back because I want to say something. So, How to Train Your Dragon already was shown. Jurassic
hmm
World Rebirth already was dropped. Thunderbolts full trailer on YouTube.
hmm
Captain Falcon TV spots now.
hmm
F1 I don't remember. Like that
hmm
trailer was like nothing. Sinners
Yeah.
already drops.
hmm
Novocaine already drops. I saw that trailer. Smurfs, I don't care. Mission Impossible: The
hmm
Final Reckoning already drops. All of those trailers for those movies, aside from Thunderbolts, and that was only a 30-second spot on
hmm
on Super Bowl night. All the
hmm
other trailers already dropped.
Yeah.
So they're not even using the like the old bait and switch what they was doing the last few years where they'll like give you the teaser and tell you to go to view the
hmm
rest of it online. The only people that
Right.
did that was Marvel, you know what I'm saying, which was
hmm
smart
Yeah.
because you're still going to drive traffic back to the source, which is going to be YouTube. And
hmm
everybody else, like they aired them trailers later on in the week.
hmm
Sinners ain't shown. I'm pretty sure they showed no new footage in them trailers. So
hmm
there's this weird thing where now it's like we don't. Well, okay, we don't value the marketing during the Super Bowl anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So that there has been a marketed shift in marketing where they say,
Mm-hmm.
hey, let's spend our dollars elsewhere. You know how much it costs them to upload that video on YouTube?
Nothing.
$0, y'all. So why would I spend 8 mil for a 30-second spot when I could
Mm-hmm.
just, I can, okay. Only thing people are doing right now is just riding the wave of hype. So that's why you got people dropping stuff during Super Bowl and they say, oh, this is the big game trailer. When in real life, y'all just dropped the trailer the week of the Super Bowl. Those two
Yeah.
things don't even equivocate.
Right.
So it's giving the illusion that say, hey, like yeah, we're still using the same traditional media marketing, but in reality, we're not. So it's just weird because like last year and the year before, like I started to see a little bit, but they still has like we still have some big trailers popping
Mm-hmm.
off. But this year, it was Thunderbolts. And that really was it. Like they're the only trailer
That,
that
that,
showed like really new footage of stuff. You
yeah,
know,
they did show Fantastic Four during the Super Bowl. I did see a Fantastic Four
but like I
trailer.
said,
It
it dropped
dropped
earlier
earlier
in the week.
this
They
earlier in the
had
week.
their
Yeah.
own literal launch party for that
Yeah.
trailer, and that trailer
Right.
during the Super Bowl was like maybe 30 seconds.
Yeah. And then the
So
same thing, I did see the trailer for Mission Impossible. I did see that, because they were it, they were trying to make it seem like this is going to be the last Mission Impossible. Or maybe the last one with Tom Cruise, but what I'm saying, they were really hyping that up. Yeah, man, it's weird, man, because it's just like, God, how advertising and stuff is going now, Rashad. It's proven to me that we're old. It just lets me know that
yeah. I've accepted that.
we're yeah, yeah,
It's just different
yeah,
times, man. Like I
yeah.
was
Different times
surprised
that
because even in the poll I
because
did, I looked real quick. I said I was like TV, YouTube, social media. I'm guessing like
Mhm.
where we are on threads ain't a whole lot of super young people because nobody puts social
Yeah,
media. But
yeah,
anytime I drop like a reaction, usually them
hmm
Jones get traction on like YouTube and on Instagram. So people will watch your reaction of a trailer on social media, and that
yeah.
may be the first time they saw that trailer. So like, it's just
They didn't
different,
even
yo.
they didn't even do no TV show trailers, yo.
They didn't.
They didn't even know TV show like they would still do like ultimate TV, like something big. Like I remember Game of Thrones has done like their dropped a season teaser,
They did
if
it for House of the
anything.
Dragon.
Right, a season teaser during the Super Bowl. They got a show coming up in August. That- I- Good God, it's like they haven't done no promotion for it at all. A Knight of the Seven
Nah,
Kingdom. They ain't really done no promotion for this. And like I said, like I'm just going off the Game of Thrones or HBO. They normally letting you know about this. You would have seen a trailer by now, like literally, like at least a You would have seen a teaser and at least a trailer by now.
nigga,
It's nothing.
a poster.
Right, right. The only
Something to get
thing
the
we've
hype up.
seen, the only thing we've seen is like a little 5-second clip of the show when HBO shows they're like, oh, what's coming up this year? Thing like that's what they normally show. They haven't shown nothing. So that is why it's like I said, it's just wild to me. Um, it's crazy because it's like both of us was right in what we said about Marvel, Disney, and everything. It was like we were like, you was like, man, I don't think Disney's gonna spend no money to do anything like that. And I was like, man, it's Super Bowl. I don't know. They gotta do something. It's Super Bowl. Like, the world is watching. They gotta do something. And they kind of proved both of us right. It was like they would show like a little snippet of something and
Nah,
they'd be like, hey,
we gonna spend a little money.
we're gonna spend a little money. But then again, they really didn't show us shit. You
Nah.
know what I'm saying? Show
It
us
was
nothing
like go
like
to
that.
YouTube so we can get that ad revenue money back
Yeah.
so we can pay for go to YouTube so we can pay for our Super Bowl commercial.
Right. Right.
That's such
Right.
that's so genius, yo. Go to
Yeah.
YouTube so we can pay for our Super Bowl. As a matter of fact, they already paid for it. You know how? First Steps trailer doing
Yeah.
numbers. So like You know they got that ad revenue money back already.
Already. Um, there was one trailer that they had that we that you left off the thing I saw, and I saw this movie. I saw the trailer for this movie, Rashad,
What's that?
and they hooked me. The Amateur with Remy Malik.
I thought you were about to say Remy Ma.
No, no, uh-huh. I'm pretty
I
sure.
was about to say Remy ain't no amateur. She a
I
pro.
guess I guess Clarissa Shields will try to put a stop to that. But anyway, and Papu.
She
But yeah,
a
it's called the
pro.
Amateur. It's the
Oh
Amateur, and
god.
Remy
Oh,
Malik.
I saw that. I saw that
Hey,
during I feel like when I saw a movie, I saw that as a
as a
trailer.
trailer. Oh,
Yeah, 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 yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
Where
That movie
they didn't
does look good.
it it grabbed a hold of me when I saw it or whatever. And for me, when I saw that on YouTube because I saw commercials. I saw some of the I said tweets, Lord, some of the movie trailers. But then I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything. I went to YouTube and typed in Super Bowl movie trailers, and there was a video that just had all the movie trailers that came from YouTube, and all of it, like I said, it was Jurassic World, Thunderbolts, How to Train Your Dragon, Fantastic Four, Mission Impossible, F1, Lilo and Stitch, Megan 2.0, The Adventure, I said The Adventure, The Amateur, Novocaine, Smurfs, and there was this other movie called The Studio that they had like apparently a trailer for, or hey, go check it out on YouTube type thing.
Yeah,
So
that
yeah,
I've seen that cast is packed. You got Rami Malek,
yes,
Rachel
Long
Brosnahan, who's also
Lawrence,
in what else you see in Superman. Um
Lawrence
that is
Fishburne.
John Bernthal.
Hmm.
Yeah, good old Larry's in there too. He doesn't like to be called Larry, by the way. But
Yeah.
nah, yo,
Hmm.
it's yeah, that's yeah. I'm
Cowboy
definitely
Curtis.
definitely going to see that. You know what I'm saying? Definitely going to
Yeah.
see that one. They
Hmm.
didn't have a trailer for the other spot flick that I was looking at, like one of my most anticipated movies of the year.
Was that the one, the black tie or the briefcase or something like
Yeah,
that?
yeah, the
On the
one with
the black case.
I think Pierce
Um,
Brosnan was in it or something. Somebody.
yeah, and Fassbender or something like that.
Yeah, yeah, Michael Fassbender. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, 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 yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, they didn't have a
Uh,
trailer for that.
so let me ask you this, Rashard. Since I done already said that about the Amateur and how that trailer has kind of reeled me in. Any of these other trailers kind of reel you in, or maybe get you a little bit more excited than for something maybe you knew was coming up than normal?
No. The I saw okay, so I'll be honest.
Uh-huh.
The more I see this, the less I'm never gonna see it anyway, but it makes me even more upset.
What's that?
And that's the How to Train Your Dragon. Like
Yeah.
that jump looks
Yeah.
stupid. Like DreamWorks, they do a really good job of animation, but I feel like they're struggling a little bit translating this to live action. Could be me,
You,
but
you know what it is for me.
I ain't feeling it.
You know what it is for me.
What's that?
With Disney doing that with their Disney classics, I kind of got a feeling. I can understand why they're doing it. They're introducing some of these movies that are 50, 60, what I'm saying, 40 years old, 30 years old to a new generation of fans, you know what I'm saying? And then they're hoping for people of our age and older, Rashad, to be like, "Ooh, I love that when I was a kid. Let's see how they, translate this, you know what I'm saying, into a live action." For me, How to Train Your Dragon, it just seems like it's still too new, you know what I mean, for us to get a live action version of that, considering didn't they just do like a fourth or a third sequel of this shit like a couple of years ago? Or am I
Yeah.
true? Or
Now there
you know,
was there's been a couple of these How to Train Your Dragons.
right, that's what I'm saying. Like, like I said, I get it when it's like something that's when it's something older and you're trying to, but I'm like, I feel like
It's too
it's not
soon.
right. It's too soon,
The
to try to do that.
generation that will want to see this, it, to be honest, is like right now, the oldest they are is 21, 22 years old.
Yeah, like your daughter, your oldest daughter age or whatever,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
yeah,
they would have to wait until they turn like 30. So then they can have kids and then it could be actual nostalgia to them. It's not nostalgia
right.
yet. It's still in there. It's still in the front of their mind. It's not like, it's not like in the back of our minds where I had to go back and remember the first Super Bowl that I remember. That's not that for
Yeah.
them. It's not like,
Yeah.
oh, it's like, oh wow, this is interesting. And they may or may not go
Yeah.
see it. Like I feel like this ain't I don't feel like this may not do the best. Like it's
I don't
gonna
think so either.
because like I was not interested in it at all. Of course, I'm not the barometer for this, but
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be interesting to see how well that does.
Yeah. Um, Besides that, what I say that the amateur, the Mission Impossible movie got me more hype. You know what I'm saying? More hype for a little
I'm
bit.
about the same amount of hypeness because that
Okay.
trailer is like was a montage of like everything that's happened in the series
Right.
on that aspect ratio of like it's like a and it's like it was even squeezed more than an anamorphic lens. I'm like,
Yeah.
why are we doing anyway? It was a
I
choice.
guess I guess for me, I was wondering, is this going to be a way that they kind of tie all of the Mission Impossibles together?
Of
Maybe
course.
bring back it, and of course maybe bring back some people that we ain't seen in a minute, like, possibly
Paula
Paula
Patton.
Patton. Yeah, yeah,
Man, I
Paula
haven't seen Paula
Patton.
Patton in a while in general. Where the heck she been?
Right.
She did a movie with TD Jakes and she been off the just not here at all. Like you remember that movie,
Oh,
right?
yeah,
Yeah,
I remember that movie. Yeah.
yeah, I forgot the name of it.
Yeah.
Anyway, somebody know.
Um, Nova Kane, I kind of was like,
Yeah, I like that.
interested.
That feels like a very good streaming movie.
Why does it feel like it's giving the boys? They're like, hey,
It does. It
it
does.
feel
You're
like it's
right.
giving the
You're
boys.
right. I can't even lie because it's like he just is. You know what the movie is?
What's that?
The movie is. It feels like. Remember the movie that. Oh my God, Jason Statham was in.
Crank.
Huh?
You talking about he had to keep his adrenaline up
Yeah.
on it. Was it Crank
Yeah, I
or
think
something
so.
like?
Something like
Yeah.
that.
Uh-huh.
Plus that movie that Scarlett Johansson was in, where she had like the virus thing and she ends up like
Oh yeah.
ascending to something else. That movie was crazy.
Yeah,
Like,
she like at the end of it, she like turned into a jump drive or something like that. I was
yo,
like, what the hell?
yeah, like she, like, it was like, yeah, it was like transcended or something. Like, it was different. I
Yeah,
was like, what is happening right now? That was one of her
right.
more interesting movies she was in, by the way, too. But
Mhm.
now, yo, like, I'm no more interested in seeing that
Okay.
at all.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Um, yeah, man. I mean, it's just the
Lucy.
yes, Lucy. Let me just say, like you said, Rashad. I think overall, the commercials and the trailer situation wasn't really that hot for Super Bowl. And people that are trying to make it a thing, um, to quote one Regina George from Mean Girls, stop trying to make fetch a thing. It's not going to happen. Y'all are really trying to make some of y'all are really trying to make these trailers and these commercials a thing when they aren't a thing. You know what I'm saying? So,
Oh, yeah, by the
I
way,
mean,
yo, by the way,
hmm
the commercial that I hated the most wasn't the Mountain Dew disrespecting Seal.
uh-huh.
It was a commercial that had Tom Brady and Snoop
And
Dogg.
Snoop Dogg. Okay, go
Okay,
ahead.
so
And
all
I'm,
right,
I
so
got a rant. I got a rant after you go. Go. Okay.
like not only is it horrible timing because I mean for Snoop Dogg to try to relay that message to quote
Mm-hmm.
unquote Black America.
Mm-hmm.
The group who did that has been doing spots all year long. Like I've been watching like, football. I'm not like the most avid
Mm-hmm.
watcher, but I've
Mm-hmm.
noticed that they've been dropping spots like that. And this is like very far conservative, right leaning
Mm-hmm.
Jewish group. And it's very clearly propaganda. And I don't think, like, I think that they think that we're stupid. And it's clearly propaganda because I'm gonna be for real, like, nobody's out here in America trying to kill Jewish people for real. Like, that's not really a thing. There was like a quick little minute where there were some random massacres that did happen. They're like 22 or 21.
Yeah, that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very unfortunate one. I think it was Pittsburgh. Was that in Pittsburgh? I think.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but like aside from that, people don't really be out here hating on like Jewish people. So that the it's very confusing to unless you're trying to align that with the whole, what I'm saying, we're gonna take over the Gaza Strip and like, put the Palestinians in camps or something, or send them to other places throughout the region. Like that, like it doesn't make sense. And I hate that. I hate it. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's just, yeah, terrible.
So one thing that I was tired of for the Super Bowl commercial wise, all of these quote unquote supposed to be uplifting commercials, or these commercials bringing like the only uplifting commercial that I thought, okay, that was kind of cute, was the cancer kid. But I thought it was weird. I said, this kid beat cancer and you making him run home. Stop playing in my face. Like making this kid
I didn't think about that.
run home. But yeah, man, that Snoop Tom Brady commercial, man, listen, yo, man, get that trash out of here, yo, for real. Everybody want to do these uplifting and all this stuff. Hey, my man, I'm just trying to watch the football game and I'm trying to have a good time. And the thing is, it's in not saying that sometimes those commercials aren't warranted, but I don't think right now those commercials are warranted.
Hey man, keep your
Hmm.
politics out my sports.
I'm not even, no, I'm
I'm,
not
I'm,
even
I'm,
trying.
I'm, I'm being facetious, yo. Like
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
being
right.
facetious.
Yeah, I know you're being, and I'm not even saying that, but I just feel like this is just something and then too, like you said, it's the with Snoop being a part of it after what's going on with him. Wrong messenger, for wrong messenger for the black folks or whatever to do. You know what, Rashad? You know what? Speaking of what, since we talking about this is our Super Bowl pod, and we
Speaking of messaging,
speaking of messaging. Your thoughts, sir, on the halftime show, because it seems to be a lot of varying views about Kendrick Lamar's halftime performance.
his halftime performance was a crescendo. Now,
Okay.
for you non-musical people, a crescendo starts, that's where the volume starts
Hmm.
low and it
Hmm.
increases until whatever its loudest point has to be.
Hmm.
And that's what his show did. Because he started really
Hmm.
low key, you know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? Low key raps, boom, you get Samuel Jackson playing Uncle Sam. You know how some things are so obvious it's genius? That was like, you smart bastard. And Samuel played it so well. He was like, "This is your uncle, Sam." I was like,
Hmm.
"Ooh, you little double entendre bastard, you." So
Yeah.
that was cool, and then it builds up,
Hmm.
and and
I
Uncle
like.
Sam. Let me finish this real quick.
Uh-huh.
And Uncle Sam. Okay. Oh, all right, all right, all right. Kendrick Lamar is representing Black America, guys. Uncle Sam is literally representing white America and what Black
Hmm.
America should be doing. And throughout this
Hmm.
whole time of the show, Kendrick is playing Black America. He starts to play the white America when he chills it out, slows it down, plays like, you know, some
Mm-hmm.
real, he plays like Luther. Her scissor
Mm-hmm.
comes out, you know what I'm saying? You get
Mm-hmm.
the semi-sexy looking black lady, because you know white America loves that. So all that's going on. And then he's like, you know what? F this. And then he goes into teasing not like us. He's teasing the whole time. Then he teased it. And then he comes with the just the yeah, just the most nonchalant ass two step I've ever seen in my life. And
Mm-hmm.
it was like it was pitch perfect for me.
Yeah.
Was it low energy at the beginning? Yes, very much so. Very
Mm-hmm.
purposeful though. Like there was a theme, and if you could not
Mm-hmm.
catch the theme or the very blatant subtext that he was not trying to hide throughout the entire show, then just say you didn't like it, and it's okay. But if you
Yeah.
did catch it and you appreciate it, then good on you. But nah, it was yeah.
So with Sam Jackson's Uncle Sam, I love it. I love the part where, like you said, it was starting off slow, building, building, and you got him telling him because it's this line. He's like, "Hey, that's too ghetto." You know them stuff
Yes.
like that. You know what I'm saying? Or, "Hey, bring it on back. That ain't what we like." You know what I'm saying? That's not what we like. We want our Negroes to be non-threatening,
Uh-huh.
basically, and want our non-threatening Negroes. And for me, for me, but for me, that kind of is a shot at one Aubrey Graham, aka Drake. This
Definitely.
and this entire performance, halftime, was basically for black people and also an education for white folk to be like, hey, we aren't your Negroes. But on top of that, it was a complete FU to Drake the entire a lot of stuff in this was a complete FU to Drake. Let's start off, Rashad, with my man had a chain on with a lowercase a.
That's
And
what
we are
that's the I know we want to say it's A minor, but that's really the
uh-huh.
PG Lang sign. PG Lang
Okay.
is his like media company,
Okay.
and like
Okay.
that's the symbol.
Okay. I give you that. And then if listen, I didn't know that.
Nah,
I
nah,
thought it
it's
was
all good. Nah, nah,
A
nah, it's
minor,
all
or
good.
whatever. Also, too, you see for Kendrick, this is a game because you see that on the field, you had like the PlayStation style controller of the
Mm-hmm.
X, the box, the triangle. Yeah, some people try to say, "Oh, Squid Games." No, I didn't get Squid Games from that. I know that those are some of the same, what I'm saying, shapes to be with Squid Game. I said, but that was like he was playing a game. I said, at the end of the performance, what did he have on what he was like, game,
Game
what I'm
over.
saying, game over. On top of, he had two of Drake's ex-girlfriends performing on this with Scissor. And of course, with the coup de grace with Serena Crip walking, you know what I'm saying? It's also funny to me how media outlets don't want to call it what it is. And they're like, oh, Serena was out there sea walking.
You know,
Have you noticed that, Rashad?
Nah, I ain't even watched nothing for today.
Like the news and stuff, and like even my that, oh, Serena was out there sea walking. Call it what it is. She was. I know we're not trying to glorify it, but hey, she was
Is
out
what it
there crip.
is.
It is what it is. She was out there crip walking, and like it was subtle at first, but when he teased the first time of he was going to do the song, and it was like, you gonna do it? He was like, no, people like to sue. I said, oh, oh, no, no, no. I said, oh. And then later on, he goes and was like, but they all want to hear it. He was like, I know, so I gotta give it to him. And he goes into it. And it for me, and I think for everybody else, especially black folk, because you know how we love a good petty session. This man was walking, turned, looked directly in the camera,
He said,
into Drake's soul.
"Hey Drake."
It said, say Drake. Say Drake. I heard you like him young. Granted, he didn't call him a pedophile. He didn't use the pedophile term. He cut out some of the stuff. But the fact that he said, say Drake. I heard you like him young and look dead. I said, oh my God. And then you got to think about this. 2 weeks in a row. 2 weeks in a row, Rashad. First inside the arena at the Grammys, and then at this stadium. You had the whole crowd full of everybody. A minor! I'm gonna need for Drake to finish up this tour and just go away until September or
Speaking
summer
of,
or late summer.
I
Do
saw
a
I
hit
saw
and just keep on
I
coming.
think it was on TikTok. I saw a clip of
Hmm.
of his boys. They was in Melbourne, Australia, and they was watching the halftime show at the hotel. And it was weird because it was like daytime. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the next
Right,
day over
yeah,
there.
yeah.
I was like,
Uh-huh.
man, it's real sunny. I was like, oh, they're in Australia. I know they was like,
Uh-huh.
so they watching, yo. You know what I'm saying? They watching.
Yeah.
It's that the Super Bowl, the halftime for me, it was really good. Even seeing the dancers who had a red, white, and blue. You know what I'm saying? That could
To make the
easily
flag.
make the
Yeah.
flag. Also could easily represent, Bloods and Crips,
Yeah.
and the people in between. Like all those things are great. I just want to say
What grade would you give it?
it's like it's a strong B.
Yeah, same thing.
Cause
I
like
said a
like B,
strong
I
B.
say B minus if I want to be like graded really
Yeah.
hard. Cause
Uh-huh.
for me like the beginning of it was a slow burn, and
Yeah.
I was like okay. Then all of a sudden he switches up and he plays humble. I'm like okay. I also want to say that I appreciate Kendrick for rapidy rapping. Like wasn't a whole lot of fluff in this. It was verses. He basically had like rap skits was in between
Mm-hmm.
each thing. Like a lot of times he was rapping to segue or
Mm-hmm.
he
Mm-hmm.
had rap transitions.
Mm-hmm.
All they had to remember and make up and write. So all that stuff was like, I'm like, man, like this he put a lot into that to not have
Mm-hmm.
any sort of backing vocals. So
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Um, yeah, and like with you, Rashad, I would give it a B, B minus or whatever. Um, Two songs I wish he would have did. I wish he would have did Swimming Pools, because that was like his first, major hit. And then I wish he would have done possibly my favorite Kendrick song, which is All Right.
Yeah, I never skip all right. All right
Yeah.
would have been cool. I don't really have it.
And I think mainly because of also with the climate of what's going on in the country and everything. But
Yeah, but you could tell this was a very, very GNX focused set.
hmm hmm
He played a lot of stuff. He played
he did some stuff that he did like I think the first song was like an unreleased
yeah,
track
he did Man at the Garden. He did
uh-huh.
what's his song? Tag. But what they talking about? He did a couple of he did a couple
Yeah.
of GNX, and then
Yeah.
ending again on that the loud part of the crescendo with TV
Turn the
off.
TV off. Turn the TV off.
Mustard out there just having the time of his
Turn-
life.
yeah, Must was like,
Shout out to DJ Mustard who has like
hmm
probably two of the biggest songs back to back of the last year, like a
yeah.
calendar year or so. Shout out to him.
hmm
But yeah, no. The Super Bowl halftime was straight. You know what I'm saying? It's not the most hypest thing, but I think it may
hmm
have the most culturally impactful halftime show for us.
Yeah.
Um, maybe ever.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying, and like
hmm
he really went against the grain because like just like you said, you want to hear swimming pools and all right. He's like, nah, yo, like I'm not even gonna play the hits.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play the new album. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He pulled on Michael Jackson at the 25.
Yeah. Yeah. So for me, just to, I guess, wrap this up, we've been talking long enough. To wrap this up as far as with the Super Bowl, um, we ain't gonna talk about the game because that in itself was something else. I also want to say shout out to New Orleans. New Orleans is probably one of my favorite cities in the United States. And for me, this Super Bowl was super blacky, black, 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 and I loved every minute of it from pregame with, Let Us See doing, the Negro National Anthem. And then of course John Baptiste with the national anthem. Then you know what? I say it's super black, 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 but New Orleans culture is. So shout out to Harry Connick Jr. before the game when he was like, hey, New Orleans, we want to thank y'all for coming here, baby. And he had Trombone Shorty out there. He had he had the brass band. He had the very first female all, New Orleans brass band. And, shout out to our HBCUs with Southern University, what I'm saying, marching the human jukebox being out there doing their thing, Master P showing his face and everything. And like I said, like I said, I love the city of New Orleans, the culture. Shout out to my family that's down there, whatever. Some of the family that I know, some of the family I don't know, because that's my grandfather, born and raised from it. He tried his best to kind of keep that within the family, yo. So, hey man, Super Bowl was pretty, like I said, the event of the Super Bowl was cool. Love the city. Halftime was great. Commercials, game, eh. Hey, it's it's the biggest event in probably every year for the United States, man. And
Yeah, yeah. This is definitely our literal Super Bowl. So shout out to
yeah.
Notable No Show Lil Wayne. I hope you guys have a great week. We'll be back Wednesday to talk about Spider-Man, your
Spider-Man.
friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, that is,
hmm
episodes
How many is it? Three
6, 7,
episodes or
and
two?
8.
Yeah, six,
Yeah,
seven, and eight.
6, 7, and 8, because
Okay.
9 and 10 are the last two. And then, of
hmm
course, we'll be back next week. Captain Falcon. Yep. Till the next
hmm
time.
Mm.